And welcome back to The Wrap. It's potluck time. This is the part of the show where we go around the table and share our favorite stories of the day. And if you wear a Houston Texans tie, you get to go first.
All right.
Brad Hirschfield.
That would be me. Yeah. I bring you a dish of evolution versus religion. Now, it is rare that I agree with anything that comes from the Freedom from Religion Foundation or from the Richard Dawkins Foundation. These are two organizations that professionally heap contempt upon faith and people of faith. But in the category of even a broken clock is right twice a day, they got this one right. A high school teacher in California was using a debate between the founder of the Creation Museum in Petersboro, Kentucky, Ken Ham, and Bill Nye the Science Guy, debating creationism versus evolution. And the science teacher was doing it, he said, in order to teach the controversy between the two. Now here's the thing. I believe in a creator. I pray to that creator on a regular basis. That has nothing to do with what belongs in a science class. There are no two sides to this controversy. The truth of the matter is, one is a matter of faith and one is a matter of science. Creationism is not a scientific belief. Science proceeds based on disproving things. Creationism is about proving something some of us happen to already believe. And by the us, I don't mean 7 24-hour days of creation, though there are young Earth creationists. The bottom line is creationism has no place in a science classroom. You want to watch the debate? It is great theater, and I encourage you to. You want to have teachers teach this debate in a social studies class to teach critical reasoning? I'm even okay with that. But the idea that there are two equal sides in the debate about how the world came to be is simply not true. And that should be something that people of deep faith and people of no faith at all should be able to agree about if we really hope to educate a next generation in the best possible way.
Is Bill Nye actually a science guy? What are his credentials exactly?
I think he is actually trained as a scientist, and he's a science education advocate, and I get that, and I believe in that. But he has a way of always speaking down to people of faith. And he actually undermines the value of great science by doing that. The truth is, this is not a situation where people have to think ill of each other, but because you've got often people who think they're going to win, that their side has to drive out the other side, and that's the opposite of great education. Great education invites questions. It doesn't always provide rock-solid solutions. That's how science works, and telling kids that it's something else is teaching theology in a science classroom, and as much as I believe in God, that doesn't have any place in a science classroom.
That's well said. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Well, I agree with you. I think also scientists shouldn't be overwhelmingly preaching that this is the way, and a lot of times science is preaching. To me, when I see that debate, I understand the religious passion. What I don't understand is the scientist passion to get up there and have to debate this, because like you said, science is it's not something that should be up there. They should be back in the science room either teaching this or figuring out the way things work, not up there debating on whether or not you are right or wrong in the way that you believe. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right, well, I think they're debating for two reasons. First of all, let's be clear. Bill Nye is as deeply religious about his stance against religion as Ken Ham is in defense of his position vis-a-vis creationism.
Right.
So that's why they can debate. Right? When you fight with someone, it's because you're basically like them, not unlike them. I think it's really important to smoke that out, because if this was being done right, we would realize, oh, right, there's a place for faith in people's lives who want it, and there's a place for science in the life of all kids getting educated, and they don't have to overlap to each have a legitimate place.
I think also that you never trust a guy who has a title that rhymes with his last name. Bill Nye the Science Guy. How do you take that seriously? Anyway, it's my turn. So, Chris Cuomo, he is an anchor on CNN's New Day. He used to be from ABC. His dad was governor of New York. His brother is now governor of New York, his late father, I should say. And Chris, I know this from experience, really likes to tweet a lot, like a 16-year-old, a drunk one does, on a constant basis. He has 4 kids. I have no idea how he has time to do a morning show, and then he's on there literally all day arguing with people. So, let's show you what he put up yesterday as far as his interpretation of the Constitution. He says hate speech is excluded from protection. Don't just say you love the Constitution, read it. It's not condescending or anything. So, a couple people saw this, and what I was amazed of was the fact that he united the left, the right, the center, basically planet Earth against him. Let's show you what Salon, which we'll show you some tweets first. Here's one. Chris Cuomo, how did you graduate law school? Let's show another. And there were plenty. Glenn Greenwald, such a painfully dumb tweet. Can you point to where this free speech exception is in the U.S. Constitution? And then there's Andrew Kaczynski of BuzzFeed. He says, hey, longtime listener, first-time caller, looking for this in this Constitution you speak of. Got a link? But the Salon headline's the best. Chris Cuomo gets Twitter spanked after boneheaded First Amendment gaffe. That is Salon. This is the most liberal, probably, magazine website out there. And even they're saying, are you an idiot? So Chris did somewhat sort of explains, apologize, but not really. And sure enough, he's been on Twitter all day today again. The bottom line is, put down the Twitter if you're on TV. Yay or nay is next.